Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of BHU 2021 question paper. And I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 1. Coming to the first question. 4 threefold axis of symmetry is the characteristic of which class? A. Isometric, B. Triclinic, C. Tetragonal, D. Monoclinic. The correct option goes as A. Isometric. 4 threefold axis of symmetry characterize the cubic crystal system, which is also known as the isometric crystal system. This system is defined by its high symmetry, including 4 threefold axes that run along the body diagonals of a cube. So 4 threefold axis of symmetry is the characteristic of isometric system. Next question. The value of metal content that demarcates between low-grade mineralization and economically viable ore is called A. Cutting factor, B. Cutoff grade, C. Grade, D. Reserve. The correct option is B. Cutoff grade. The term for the value of metal content that separates low-grade mineralization from economically viable ore is called as the cutoff grade. This value, it represents the minimum metal content which is required for a deposit to be considered economically profitable to the mine. So the value of the metal content that demarcates between the low-grade mineralization and economically viable ore is called as a cutoff grade. B is the correct option. Next question. Match list 1 with the list 2. List 1 consists of like metamorphic isogrades, metamorphic facies, AFM projection, and D metamorphic facies series. And list 2 consists of Thomson, Miyashiro, Escola, Barrow. These are the scientists. Choose the correct answers from the options given below. A. A1, B2, C4 and D3. B. A3, B1, B2, C1 and D4. C. A4, B3, C1 and D2. D. A3, B4, C2 and D1. The correct option goes as C. The metamorphic isogrades was proposed by Barrow. And metamorphic facies, this concept was developed by Escola. And AFM projection was developed by Thomson. And metamorphic facies series was developed by Miyashiro. So that's why C is the correct option. Next question. The term fossil is derived from A. Fossilis, B. Fossa, C. Fodere, and D. Fossoria. The term fossil, it is derived from fossilis. So this is a Latin word. This means dug up or obtained by digging. So this is because fossils are typically found when excavating rock layers where they have been buried over time. The term originally referred to any specimen which has dug from the ground, including minerals, rocks, organic remains, but it was later narrowed to refer specifically to the evidence of past life which is preserved in the earth's crust. So the term fossil is derived from fossilis. A is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following textures are shown only by volcanic rocks? A. Cumulate, B. Rapakivi, C. Ophitic, and D. Trachytic. Choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. A and B only, B and D only, C and D only, D, A and C only. So the correct option is C and D only, ophitic and trachytic. Volcanic rocks can exhibit both ophitic and trachytic textures. Next question. Which of the following is not true about plagioclase? A. It is composed of potash family. B. It is composed of either sodium, calcium or aluminium. C. It is of massive or crystalline structure. And D. It gives two sets of cleavage. So the correct option is it is composed of potash family. So which is not true about the plagioclase, because plagioclase is not of the potash family. Plagioclase is a feldspar mineral series that includes sodium and calcium. While the potash feldspar contains potassium, plagioclase is a solid solution series between albite, that is sodium feldspar, and anhydrite, calcium feldspar. Next question. Ripple marks with bifurcated crest and ripple index from 2 to 5 are generated by A. Wave, B. Current, C. Tide, and D. Storm. The correct option is A. Wave. Ripple marks with bifurcated crest and a ripple index of 2 to 5, it can be generated by waves. Specifically, these features are characteristic of wave-formed ripples. These are also known as bidirectional or symmetrical ripples. Next question. Antidunes form in A. Subcritical flow, B. Critical flow, C. Supercritical flow, and D. Laminar flow. Antidunes form in subcritical flow. Antidunes are the bed forms that occur in supercritical flow where the Froude number is greater than 1 or the flow velocity exceeds the wave velocity. So this flow regime is also known as the upper flow regime. Antidunes form in subcritical flow. A is the correct option. Next question. Out of 32 crystal systems, how many do not have a center of symmetry? A. 11, B. 21, C. 15, and D. 18. So the correct option is B. 21. Out of the 32 possible crystal systems, 21 lack a center of symmetry. These 21 crystal classes are considered as non-centrosymmetric. Next question. The presence of dissolved volatiles in a basaltic melt, A. increases the temperature of crystallization, B. decreases the temperature of crystallization, C. has no effect on the temperature of crystallization, and D. initially increases and subsequently decreases the temperature of crystallization. The presence of dissolved volatiles in basaltic melt, it decreases the temperature of crystallization. Volatiles such as water, they lower the melting temperature of the rocks. So this means that the melt will begin to crystallize at a lower temperature than if the same melt did not contain any dissolved volatiles. So the presence of dissolved volatiles in a basaltic melt decreases the temperature of crystallization. B is the correct option. Next question. How many crystal faces are there in hexoctahedron? A. 12, B. 24, C. 36, and D. 48. The correct option is D. 48. Hexoctahedron, a common form in isometric crystals, has 48 faces. These faces are scalene triangles. The hexoctahedron is the general form for the isometric hexoctahedral class, and its faces do not intersect any symmetry elements. Next question. The common mineral of triclinic class is A. Axinite, B. Hornblende, C. Braunite, and D. Bornite. The common mineral of the triclinic class is axinite. Axinite, a group of calcium aluminium borosilicate, it belongs to triclinic crystal system. Next question. Fractured quartz grains form as a result of A. compaction, B. cementation, C. matrix formation, and D. alteration. Fractured quartz grains, they form as a result of compaction. Compaction, the process of reducing pore space in sediments, it is due to burial and pressure that can lead to grain breakage, particularly at higher burial depths. While the initial compaction often it involves grain rearrangement, as stress increases, the quartz grains they can fracture, especially along grain contact. So fracture quartz grains they form as a result of compaction. A is the correct option. Next question. In case of buccal fold, where would you expect extensional structures? A. At the inflection point. B. Within the limbs. C. At the hinge zone. D. Along the axial plane. The correct option is A. At the inflection point. Extensional structures, often in the form of fractures or minor faults, are frequently observed at the inflection points of buccal folds. These structures develop due to the stretching that occurs at the points where the fold's curvature changes. Next question. Which one of the following bivalvian genera possess a taxodon dentition? A. Trigonia. B. Astrate. C. Nucula. D. Pinna. The correct option is C. Nucula. Nucula bivalves generally possess a taxodon dentition. Taxodon dentition is characterized by numerous small and relatively equal teeth that are arranged in a row along the hinge line. This type of dentition is considered as primitive among the bivalves. Next question. The terminology of youth, maturity, and old age of a terrain was given by A. Penck, C. B. Davis, C. Arthur Holmes, and D. Charles Lyell. The terminology of youth, mature, and old age of a terrain was given by Davis. So this was proposed by William Morris Davis. He developed the geomorphic cycle. This is also known as the Davisian cycle of erosion to explain the evolution of landforms over the time. And this cycle describes how landform progress through these three stages as they are shaped by erosion and weathering. Next is the tips to prepare for the competitive exam. In continuation for the last video, I'm making these tips for the competitive exam. So in addition to that, I'm giving. So number one, create a study plan. So what type of exam and how many reading hours are needed exactly for that exam. So for that, you have to prepare a timetable for each exam. So for that, create a study plan. It is very important. And second point, it is analyze the syllabus. How you are going to analyze the syllabus, it makes a very important. That means what are the easy chapters are there in that syllabus and what are the difficult things are there. You can make a red mark and then you can write it down all the exam difficult things so that you can plan accordingly. So this is analyzing the syllabus and is there the syllabus is objective or descriptive pattern, in what way you have to write the exam. So like that, analyzing the syllabus is very important. And the next step is you have to arrange all the study material which you have. So nowadays there are so many materials are in the available internet. People like you may confuse like what material I have to read. For that, you have to study the reference books. So in the next video, I'll make what are the good important reference books. So for this, please rely on the standard books. Referred material is there, and then textbooks. Minimum 8 to 10 textbooks are needed, and like apart from that, you had to read the NCERT syllabus and then all those other stuff is there. So first thing is arrange the study material. Don't go for the simple and vague materials. So go for the preferred reference standard textbooks. So this is very important. Next is understand the exam pattern. So what type of exam it is there and what is its pattern? Suppose if it is a descriptive or it is objective, and how much authenticity you are preparing for a descriptive exam. So whether you are good at writing or that particular points, like if it is descriptive, 2 marks question or 5 marks question or 10 marks questions like that. What is the pattern is there? and you have to understand that one and you have to make the notes accordingly. Fifth point, make your own notes. So why this plays a very crucial, because now you say that means you have lots of loads of syllabus or material are there, but your own notes make an important criteria in passing through the exam, because if you write the notes, this we will have more memory and you can memorize more, and then you can practice this, and you will have 100% confidence that yes, I have understand this one and I have make a notes, and then you can memorize very well. In that for that case you need a picture or image format of any topic. Suppose if you take any topic like in glaciers, or then suppose if you think meandering of rivers, or then drainage patterns, or anything in geomorphology, or texture patterns in petrology, or joints or particular strike slip faults, or in structural geology, anything. For that, what is the important thing is you have to make a picture of that. You have to take a pencil and then you have to write make the diagram of that, so that you can understand more, and then you can this picture format it will give, or image format, this will have a long-term memory. And another important is table format. Suppose if any structure of silicates or anything it is there, you have to make in the table format, so that it's easy to note it, and then you can copy, and then you can make like some number of things are there, like how you can make it in a what you can say that that format, you repeatedly you have to see that, and then you can practice that. So picture or image and table format, it plays an important thing for a descriptive exam. So make your own notes according to that, and then seek guidance. So this is very important, because nowadays you are preparing so much, of course that's good, but how much guidance you are needed. Suppose for the any exam, you can talk to your teacher or mentor, or you can with chit chat with the seniors or friends, and you can share your material, and you can take the guidance from them. And because every point makes an important thing. And another important step is stay motivated. So why? Because you have to stay motivated. Someday or some days you do good, and some other days you feel very bad, or sometimes some functions or something, some disturbances will be there. Of course, even though you have to be stay motivated, and every time whenever you are sharing the material with your students or friends or anybody is there, you had to be motivated that yes, I am going to secure this exam within that stipulated time period. This is very important. Always you have to be motivated, and then you can make a phone call to your friends or teachers, or that yes, I'm good at this point, I'm not this, like this. You can always be stay motivated and don't desperate at any cost. And another important thing is eliminate distractions. Nowadays digital mania is there, means every time you have to see your mobile, and everything is available in the mobile. That means either it is positive way or negative way. So number of distractions or notifications, or then social media, everything will be there. So you had to eliminate all these distractions. And the other important pointing is visualization. What is this visualization? Everybody knows that visualization means if you see and repeatedly any particular pattern or a type, and then you can become what you thoughts becomes things. So that's why your thoughts always should be motivated, and your thoughts should always be inspired, and your thought should have a good thought that yes, I'm going to crack this exam within this time period. Hook or crook, I am going to solve that, or I'm going to secure that position, or anything you can plan, whatever be be. And give a specified time period for that daily. Sit in a calm place and then visualize already that you have got the exam, or you have appointed as an officer or geologist or something or so on. And this process, it makes the things very um, promptly. So this visualization. So, and another important thing is sleep well. Most of the people, they read so much, and then they will be frustrated, and yes, I have read this much, but the thing is you had to sleep well. Minimum sleep hours are very, very, very important so that your brain will be active. And for that, minimum 6 to 8 hours sleep is very essential. So these are the tips overall. Just I will repeat. First is to create a study plan, and second is you have to analyze the syllabus, and third is arrange all the study material, keep in files at one place for any one particular exam, and then understand the exam pattern, what type of syllabus is there, how many marks, and then what type of whether it is a what you can say that objective or descriptive, and make your own notes. That means take a book always with you, carry notes, and a book with always carry a notes. And that notes, it should contain any picture or image or any table format which are difficult to remember, so that if you write and practice every day, that will become very easy. And another important thing is seek guidance from your teacher or professors or mentors or seniors or friends, whoever maybe website, or give it will give some complete guidance. And another important thing is stay motivated, always be motivated, stay inspired, and to discuss and have good groups, join in good groups so that you will be having you will be connected. And eliminate distractions. What is eliminate distractions? Because the digital distractions will be there, and then mental distractions will also be there. Something, sometimes you may read more and then you feel that, oh, I may forget or something like that. You will have that desperate feeling. So eliminate all these distractions and have a clear goal, and then have visualization. Everyday practice thrice or number of times as convenient to you. So this visualization is a very, 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 very crucial step, which is for any competitive exam preparation. And last thing is sleep well. So don't stress too much, have a minimum stress. And then for that, you had to make your brain sharp so that you can remember more, so that you had to sleep well. So these are the 10 tips what I have given, and see you in the next video. These are some of the suggested books for the competitive exams, especially in the field of geology. You can take a screenshot of this slide.